Okay, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. And I just want to review what's happened so far. So we took on a challenge in the last episode from something very interesting said in the comments, and it's proved very interesting indeed. I mean, it showed us that if we look here, we've got 115 open vacancies, and it shows that if we want to go after full employment, open all of the taps on this map with what I've got laid down so far, means we need 115 extra people, if not more, because we need people for harvest time when it's at its peak, and we've got one farm fallow there. So essentially we've put all these extra houses up to try and build our way out of trouble. However, with that many vacancies, I think we'll struggle in the short term. So let's just have a look at other things as well that are going on. So we're getting quite low on, well, actually we're okay on hay there, aren't we? 1,000 hay, 1,000. So that's good. What have we got in our wagons? We've lost horses from our wagons because the workers just aren't being employed there. So I guess, I mean, what we could do, what we did with the cows, is that we put it on increased money, didn't we, for the labourers and the workers. But then that's taking employment away from everyone else, and we could do that the same for all animals to safeguard our animals. But then that would mean that we really wouldn't get any labour going to our farms. We've got 50 horses. It's a bit of a glitch that I fed back to the developer, and we're just going to put a couple of people on looking after the horses to see if we can starve a few out, because we just don't need that many horses. And I'm just checking our wagons. We've got 2 wagon sheds where we've not got any workers and they're not getting any food, so we've lost horses. So we kind of need to draft some more horses. There we go, we've been able to draft horses. When you've drafted them, you just drag and drop. And they're 16 years old. That's our oldest horse, 16 years old. Wonder if they ever die and what sort of age they get up to. If we have a look at some more detail, actually, we've lost these cows because we abandoned that farm, but look, we've got 80 chicken meat, 570 eggs, 190 chicken meat, so we've got loads of chicken meat being produced, which is amazing. And we've not got anything being stored in the granary, so we're probably struggling a bit to for labourers to get stuff into the granary. So I think okay, we meant to put the limit unlimited, I think, but we've not done it quite there. Still got limited workers for the warehouse as well, and we've got 4 workers in that warehouse. 20,000 bark, 1,500 hides, so we've got a huge number of hides. Totally ran out of salt. Now let's look at the salt situation. Yeah, we've run out of salt, so we started selling salt to the people. That was one of the suggestions, but it looks like they've eaten it all, or bought it all. Where was the salt? It was in one of these. This one, or this one. Here we go. Wow, we sold 1,700 salt in 1 year, so let's take that off. Let's just dial it back a bit, and now we've understood what the ultimate goal is, to go for full employment on all goods. That's our new goal now, so thanks for that challenge, and that's our goal, but we just need to dial it back so we can just survive the interim and then build up to that challenge now that we can, and then do the challenge again one day. So let's just we've not got anyone employed in that farm because it's fallow, and we've still got an opportunity for labourers to come into this farm because we're in kind of a third of the way through November, and it's not until late November that the crops that are unharvested will die, and the ones that are still in the field can still be collected for a while, quite a while. In this warehouse we've got 84,000 wood, we've got 1,600 charcoal, we've got 16,000 thatch, so we don't need that much, we really don't. So let's just put limits of 10,000 thatch and like 50,000 wood. It's got to be more than enough. We could do sensible limits of maybe 10,000 charcoal And I mean iron, because we're not producing it ourselves, it really doesn't matter how much we have, because it's everything we can buy. And all these limits are, yeah, firewood we could just have maybe 10,000 at the most. I've just realised something a bit crazy actually. Clay. I wonder how quickly they can get clay out of the clay pit. It may be a bottleneck. And if we have a look at our forestry, look, we've got no workers. One person can't carry a tree on their own. And look, we need to replant this field. So we just demolish that. Do you have to play to be able to demolish the field? Yep. And then pause again and just repaint the field. So they'll plant another field of trees, which is great. Not in the mowing season for hay. So what are we doing with our smithy? So we've not got a smithy employed. So we're not making nails. And let's just put production of the other stuff back up. But we do have, you know, another smithy over here as well who is producing stuff. But only one worker and can't get the labourers. So we're kind of struggling for labourers at some of our core builders. And look at how many we've got in the farm. So one thing I want to show you as well, which is quite remarkable, look, we've got 1,300 shoes, which is insane. So opening the taps like that has really ramped up our cow production. The tannery's going into overdrive, and yeah, we're making a lot of milk and a lot of beef as well. If we have a look on our stock up here, we've got 1,400 beef in stock, 1,700 chicken eggs. We just need to get those out to the people, and 570 chicken meat, which will go up and up. 1,500 hides. So yeah, it's definitely worthwhile hiring more people in the cow sheds, but we do need to ramp this down because we want to, I think we need to reach a happy medium between full employment and not enough employment. So we definitely do need to have more people in the farms. And I know we've had some great comments about going for giving the farm workers a higher wage. So let's do 120% for the labourers in the farms. And if I tell you that I have played this through for half an hour or so, and no matter what you put the wages to for the labourers, they don't go because there are just too many employed everywhere else. There just is not enough labour by a massive factor. So that's why I'm dialing things back. I wouldn't normally play through, but because it was such an extreme experiment, we do need to go back to this point, review, and then we'll take yeah, one worker to starve some of these horses out, because we've got 50 horses, so we just need to starve that down a bit, otherwise they'll take all of our hay. We've got horses here we can draft, so we'll keep trying to draft them and keep people employed there, so that's fine. And untick the breed horses button in both places, that's really important. We will dial people back from some of these industries where we don't need to try and produce 1 million clothes. Oh, we've got 390 clothes, that's incredible. So we'll ramp up production again to a point where we're in full employment, but for now we're just dialing it back to what I had it before. And so it's really interesting actually looking at my my gameplay style. So how I've been playing is with a minimum number of people, so not a mental number of houses, and just managing the employment very carefully, versus a gameplay of going all out and building tons and tons of houses and having you know, ultimate employment, and then having more than enough workers for everywhere. And so we'll build that up. We can see all these building plots of houses, and over here as well, and that's our new objective. We're going to get so many workers that we can go on full employment, and it will just be totally and utterly insane how much material we can produce. And this is the flavour of it, 1,300 shoes. This is what someone pointed out. We've stored buckwheat harvest here, which was meant to just be buckwheat, and we've stored potato as well. let's just send that back into the land to be eaten. Sunflower oil we're not getting because we're selling it to the people, but that's fine because it'll give us money. And if we have a look at some of the people, look, we've got 330 there, 161 there in money, 438 money, 144, 89, 669, that's insane. So people have an enormous amount of money, and we're going to tax that back. So let's put our prices in the markets up to 180, and let's put wages down by a couple of points, and we'll get some of that back. We've got some good money at the moment, 415. And let's dial back the number of workers in the chicken coops. We're just going to dial back some workers and see if we can get a few more people in the fields. We don't need 5 people in a wagon shed, I don't think. We're still ordering the wagons from there anyway. So let's actually just shut that down, that wagon shed. These 2 have been ordered and are being made, so we'll have to wait for those. The granary will just keep 1 employed. And we can keep the labourers on and just see if we do free up enough labour. See, no workers in the fishing docks. 2 workers short there, and 3 boats that need repairing, and we're asking for 2 workers in the boatyard that we're not getting. So an amazing experiment that worked to a certain extent, but we just didn't have enough workers, and even though I put the money up for the labourers, that didn't work either. So let's put the workers down for the animals. We'll leave them at 2 people because we still need them to be fed, apart from these guys who are going to try and starve. Just dialing back the number of workers. Let's just put this wagon shed. Yeah, actually we probably need that in commission because we've sent a horse there, haven't we? These guys need to work, but we'll have 2 people there. Forestry, let's just go down to 2 people because we've got loads of wood. We've got 84,000 and we want people to go into the smithy. What have we got at the granary? Yeah, just 2 people, 1 person in the granary. We'll just go down to 2 people at that wagon shed and that wagon shed. And let's just very slowly play the game and see how that plays out. Let's just have 1 person at the lime works. We don't need any more lime. We've got 23,000. Let's just shut it down. It's got 23,000 lime. I wonder if it's worth storing clay in a warehouse just so it's quicker to pick up. Not sure about that. And I'm just having a think about the employment elsewhere. We've got 1 in the trading post. Should be fine. That granary's not doing anything. 1 in the windmill. 1 in the windmill. Okay, so we're going to play the game, see what happens, and see if we can go back to normal and get people in the fields. This is the main experiment now. Can we get labourers back in the fields, or do we need to switch off all our labour supply options? Because we are paying them more, 120%, and so I've unemployed so many people from everywhere else that we should be easily able to attract a little bit of labour. 120%, we've got 2 labourers there, and they're just helping in with the final push in this harvest. We've got so much stuff in stock. We've got over 10,000 buckwheat with 4,000 harvesting, 2,000 and odd of which was stuck in the trading post, which it's not going to have anywhere to go. We've got 9,000 potato with 2,000 in harvest. We've only got 386 wheat, so we need lots more wheat. Let's go on full speed. Let's see what happens. So we're approaching mid-November. We've got horses dying already, which is great. So we'll reduce the numbers down there. Otherwise, they'll just demolish all our resources. They're asking for sunflower, lime, horseshoes, and offering live chicken and metal parts. We don't really need to do a deal on any of that. In fact, can we draft any more horses? No, not yet. We need horseshoes and tack. Still need someone else in the forestry. Still no one in the smithy. Let's increase their wages because they're important. Let's do 120%. Carpentry is not critical, and we've got 2 at the smithy there. But But should we make sure that they stay there 120%? So right now we just need to make sure the smithy keeps going. The forestry doesn't matter for now because we've got 83,000 wood, which is plenty enough for a few houses. Although each house would take oh, they're short of firewood. Okay, yeah, we do need to prioritise this job then. 120%. But we've got a bit of firewood there anyway, so they're not going to be struggling too badly. So we're still constructing our houses, and we've got just looking at our wagons, we've got 3 wagons to help the construction industry. Did we get any labourers? We've got 3 there, 1 there, 1 there. But no, we didn't fill up with labour, which is a concern. Let's put everyone back on this farm because it'll be active next year. Looks like this farm might be fallow next year. Oh look, the labourers are suddenly starting to come in. Wow, finally. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, finally getting the labourers in. Not up there or up there. So going back to the original limits on like maybe 10 labourers per farm maybe would help. So we just need to help bring in the harvest for this farm. There's 1 labourer going up there and another one. So this farm suddenly attracted a load of labourers, which is great. And that's where they are. You can just hover over them and see where they are. Coming in again. So short of firewood over here. Got 700 and odd coming into the banks. We've got a whole load of money coming in. Let's just see if we can send out some envoys. Oh, we've got a messenger. Horse, iron, pigs, cows is what they're offering. And they're demanding metal parts, chicken and flour eggs. Flour and eggs. Metal parts we've got 51. Horseshoes we've got 8. Chicken eggs none. Okay, so we still need people to come in. Why? Let's just pause the game. Why are we not getting firewood to people? Where's firewood being sold? We've got firewood being sold in all our markets, but it's not getting there. We've got 1,200 firewood there. Let's just hire some more. Is it because we're trying to store firewood somewhere? Let's just not store firewood in the warehouse for now. We don't need 4 workers in the warehouse either, so we'll cut that down. And we'll cut that down here. Wow, so lots of places where I haven't realised how many people we've still got employed. We'll just cut down the number of workers. Keep 4 at the tannery, because if you interrupt a batch, that can be bad news. Loads of carts that need repairing. So actually let's pay the carpenters a bit more so they can repair all the carts and keep things going. I'm just doing a slow dial back, just trying to get things back to normal. Not sure why people aren't getting firewood. They've got plenty of money. It's just not getting to the markets. So where we've got the firewood, we can just say pay the labourers a bit more money for that market. And we'll do another market over here where we just pay the labourers a little bit more money. 110%. And we didn't want anything off you, did we? We could buy some iron. Iron, we've got 6,800 if you just hover over your economy there. And just take a moment to have a look at everything we've got. 1,100 beef, over 10,000 buckwheat, nearly 1,500 eggs, 810 chicken meat going up by the second, nearly 10,000 potatoes, 20,000 hatch. We don't need thatch. We don't need that many thatch. We've gone in and reduced our limits, so we don't need that much. Okay, let's play the game and just hope that will resolve our firewood problem. Yep, there we go. We've got 4 people now at the forestry. I wonder if they just can't... They should be alright with this field, because they're harvesting that, so there's loads of trees for them to get. We'll just replant that field. There we go. A couple of people leaving town because they can't get firewood. But I think it's just because we're so many people, loads of labourers there in that market. But not here. So some of the markets are taking labourers away from other people. Market stall here, we're requesting more workers, more labourers by paying them more, but they're just not responding, and that's the problem we had with the farm labourers. So a few labourers there. Once they've brought in all that harvest, they'll be available. So maybe just taking away some of the spare labour out there in the market to the last remaining farm that's bringing in the harvest. $660 in the bank, wow. It's incredible, isn't it? How much money have you got? The people are going out to work, so you're going out to sit on a bench, but you need firewood. Why don't you go to the market? And you go to work in the fishing dock. I mean, they can't fish in winter, so we could take them off. We can micromanage the jobs, but I'd rather not. The way I had it set up before was working okay. They've gone back into the wagon shed. New family settling into town. Firewood problems are starting to go away. And there we go, struggling to employ one person at the farm. Because, yeah, we've lost a few families. 265 people. Firewood over there as well. Another family moving out. Let's just go on full speed. We've got 1,300 in the bank. And we've got loads and loads of firewood. It says there, reserved 4,500. I wonder what that's all about. Let's just go full employment at the forestry. Could all of it be reserved? There's no labourers there to go and take the firewood out, so maybe it's worthwhile having the full employment. I think a wagon has been going in here to take some of the firewood. Look at that. 2,600. 5,100. All of it reserved. Firewood is going out by the bucket load. Oh, look, there's the clay pit. People taking the carts, getting the clay. Awaiting 3,000 firewood, reserved 5,900. Cool, the reservation catches up very quickly. So reserved is 7,558, and then more comes in. 5,000 is reserved. 4,000 and something out of 7,000. Incredible. Okay, it looks like we had a real deficit of firewood everywhere, but it's caught up with itself. And the numbers are coming back in. 276 people moving back into town. Wow. Do we still have carts moving? So we've still got 3 carts there. They're not doing any building work. How many builders have we got? Oh, that's good. We've got full builders. And if we zoom out, we can see where they are. So there's someone there. You're going off to build these houses. Okay, so we've got that row of houses nearly built. Just focusing on that one. And then we're going to start over here with these two and these over here. And then we're going to build a load up here. So that's looking good. I feel as though we're regaining control. I mean, we're sucking money back in from our people. We've got 2,600 in the bank. How good is that? How many horses have we got? We just... I mean, look at them all. I think they're sucking in all of the hay from around them. And the labourers are bringing food. So let's not hire any labourers, but just hire one worker and see how much you can give them. Oh God, look, we've sucked in the hay supplies from everywhere around us. Have we got any hay up here left? Oh, we've got a little bit. Cow is dying of starvation. That's not good. We've we've got loads of labour. Look at that, they're just demolishing the hay supplies. Oh god. We're in February and there is still a little bit of hay there, 500. We've got hay in the cow sheds. Wow, so I think that might have been where our labour supply was going, in just trying to feed all the horses, so I think we may have resolved that problem. I shudder to think how many labourers we were trying to hire. Resource supply, labourers, no. Sorry, I thought that we shut that off here with the hire options, which I think we did, but let's shut it off in both places with supply. Oh god, I hope people won't go short of hay then. When is the hay season? So here it's going to say mowing season is May through September, February, March, April, May. We've got 3 months to try and get through with no hay. So we kind of need to start to squeeze people dry as well with the higher costs and lower wages. So let's put costs down, wages up, costs down. We've got 2,900. These horses are starting to starve through, which is good. Can we draft any? Ah, we can. We can draft one and send you over there. Is there food enough there for you? Yep, there is. So you're relocating. Can we draft any more? No. Can we draft any more from over here? Yeah, we can do you, so let's send you over there. You're going to help with moving things around, which is going to be really important. And look, we're mowing. Yes, look, we've done it. We're fighting back, so we've got labourers now. We've got a labourer there, but we've got a few labourers here. It's going to help. Here they're after flour and sunflower, but they're offering cows, pig, iron and horse. So do we need iron? We've got 6,700 iron, so I think we'll be okay there. Do we have any sunflower to sell? We've got 200 sunflower oil we could sell. Let's give that a go. For 36. And here's our labour supply. Just starting to free up now, and we have put them on 120% wages. We've got over 3,000, so we can afford it. And look, our 50 horses are reducing. March, April, May. Not too long until the hay season. And let's just see if we've got much hay left in our... Yeah, look, oh, hay reserves 1 month's worth. It's going to be tight. Hay reserves are less than a month. Oh god. There's a little bit of hay over there left. These horses sucked in the entire stock of hay in our entire map in our village. But did we just get it in time? These horses have hay. Can we draft any more? Can't draft any more. And are we making enough stuff with our smithy? Are you there? Yeah, look, they're moving and shaking. 2 there as well. Can't quite get a labourer there, but they're fighting for the farms. So these guys are fully planted. These guys have now got the labourers, and they'll be fully planted. These guys look like they're only just starting planting and maybe have done 2 fields. And these guys, yeah, 1 labourer. So we're still not there. I mean, one thing we've still got is that we yeah, the resource supply has been ticked for everything everywhere, which we can't get away from. 130 chicken meat there. 180. 80. Wow, we've got a lot of chicken meat and eggs here that needs to be taken away, and that's where we need the labourers, which we've got ticked, but they're not coming because we don't have many. Not many spare. So we've still got a lot going on. But we'll bring this back, and we're making we're building our houses. So we've just done those row of 2. I don't think we've got any log jams in our construction industry now. So thatch we've got loads of. Clay, it's never ending. Wood, let's go and check, and it's maybe just nails that we need. Yeah, look, 3,000 thatch in stock, but then we've got 16,000 there, so let's just reduce the thatch workers to 1. keep on full fish. Let's just see what we've got here in our woodshed, our forestry. Yeah, we've got the wood coming in. God, getting through so much firewood, it's incredible. We've got 63,000 wood, so we're getting through it. But we've got loads, and not a lot of charcoal. But we are burning some here. Burning firewood for coal. There we go. 9,400. And then we're just topping that one up to get through it. And we've put a limit of 10,000 on charcoal there. And we're quite happily getting through the horses now. April, May, we're just about to start hay season. And yeah, we're getting right through the horses, so that's good. Let's just hire another worker then. And I mean, the problem here is that we've got no hay. There just isn't any. And we're waiting for May, which is the hay season, so come on, get making hay now. Come on, guys. We're waiting for a labourer. So we're going to struggle for the labourers for the hay. But we've got labourers up here, so that's fine. I mean, we've got so many hay dryers. That would be taking up a lot of labour, wouldn't it? So that's something to bear in mind. So from May to through to September, we've got a lot of extra labourers on the hay. These crops are growing nicely. All the fields are planted. Looks like they missed off a couple of fields here that they didn't get in time, and only 3 there, which is very poor. Are you still sowing? Oh my god, they're still sowing. Did they get any extra labour? 2 people. Wow, that's poor. We've got 287 people in the village. We've just built a house, going on to the next one. Let's see what you're offering. Selling live chickens, demanding sunflower, flour and chicken eggs. We're kind of getting back to normal. We've got 3,200 food. We've got 700 beef, just over 7,000 buckwheat. We've got no wheat. We've got 7,900 potatoes, which is brilliant. 140 pork, 320 milk, and 2,100 hides, which is incredible. How many shoes have we got? Whoa, 2,000 shoes. Oh my god. Okay. That's incredible. Okay, let's see if we can make a deal. Send someone there. Send a messenger over there, and let's send a messenger over here as well. So we're selling shoes to our people and to the world, so we're on a very full production. And here was the cow shed for the milk, to produce loads of milk. Oh god, and look at all these bulls, so let's just get rid of you guys. I know we had that rule. Protect the cow, and that cow. And then we could put more cows over. So mowing season is well and truly in, and we're just trying to stock back our hay barracks, which we'll do before long, I'm sure. We're in June, July, August, September. We've not got long to fill up the stores of hay, but I'm sure they'll do it. 2 workers there, just about to take on some more hay, awaiting 450 of them, so we should be able to save the remaining horses, which is fine. Oh, no livestock there, so why don't we just move a female and a male over here. Got the hay, so actually we could horseshoes, horse tack. Can we prep this horse to be used as a draft animal? We can. And can we drag you over there? So we'll have 3 horses over there and should have 3 here. Oh no, looks like they all died, but yeah, looks like we've still got the wagons there for construction. So we just need to replenish our horse supplies. There we go, we've got hay, we've got water. They'll survive and they can start breeding again. And now we're down to reasonable quantities. We'll get them breeding. You're offering salt and lime, demanding wheat. Ooh, charcoal. We can give you 2,000 charcoal for 160. Always got charcoal, haven't we? It's a bonus when that comes up. Yeah, we have. No sunflower oil. We've got 88 metal parts, 21 horseshoes. Just realised, yeah, our carpenters are working, which is good, keeping the carts alive. Whoa, look at all these labourers piling into the smithy. Whoa, all these labourers as well. I think we need to limit that. So limit the labourers to 2, apply to all. Whoa, that's insane. See, if you're not careful, then you're just going to lose all of your labour that you need elsewhere. But not if you had enough people. They just kind of get carried away with themselves. So we've got charcoal building up here again. Just make sure there's nothing crazy happening with labourers, like the way we've got 10 or 20 labourers piling in somewhere. So we're in July, and as we get to August, that's when we're going to start the harvesting. What were you after? We could do with salt. We'll go for 2,000 salt for 200 money, and nothing else to sell. We don't need lime. We've got tons of it. I'm just finishing off our row of houses here. So we're doing very nicely on the building front. We've got all the materials we need. We're able to deliver them by wagon if we want, because we do have active wagons, although they're not moving anywhere. Give them another worker. Maybe it's labourers they need. Is it a labourer that would drive a wagon? Oh, there's a wagon coming out, and the wagon is going to the charcoal. Is that right? Another wagon. What are they doing? Okay, so they're unloading the charcoal and they're taking it over to the warehouse. Brilliant. And they're moving huge amounts of charcoal. So that's good. I've got a limit of 10,000 there. And when the charcoal can't be unloaded anywhere, they just sit there. So we're catching up from the firewood, aren't we? Which we've well and truly caught up on. It's only sort of 6,000-7,000 in demand out of 11,000 in stock. Plenty of wood. That's good. Could do with planting another field of trees. But that'll be fine. So we've finished this row of houses. We'll be starting up here with our blocks of 6. Yep, started on there. So we're going to have a couple of village squares maybe. We're going to continue our blocks all the way along. There's no reason why we can't. So this is our full employment sort of bid, and once we've got full employment here, we're going to go with the challenge again. So this is our new objective. Lay down a few more houses. That field is going to get in the way potentially. So we'll keep laying down blocks of 6. We'll do our little trick. So we'll just turn these around. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll do back to back. And if we lay them all down, place is occupied. There we go. Need to remove 12 trees, but that's fine. Lay you down. Lay you down, and then we demolish the ones on the end, don't we? And then relay them down smaller. So we've got bigger alleyways and we're making better use of our space. And then just turn you back round and lay you down. So what an interesting experiment. You were right, everyone who said it. We needed way more workers in our cow sheds. And we ended up producing enormous amounts of beef and hides and milk. And we've got this cow-only cow shed where we're just protecting the cows and then getting rid of the bulls. And we could just import a couple of cows from another shed, but that's fine. So that's our milk shed. All the others are just for meat and for hides. And we're keeping all the hides down here, aren't we? Got, whoa, 2,500 hides. Oh, that's insane. Oh, brilliant. And we could put more workers in the shoemaker's workshop or saddlery to make more horse tack. And look, we're harvesting and it looks like there's more action going on than normal. So let's just see what is happening. Look at all the labourers. Oh my god. Oh. The balance is restored. Right, let's limit everyone down to 10. Apply to all. Oh, this is very good news. So this farm will be harvested, and then they'll move on to the other farms. Even 2 labourers at some other places. Oh, nice. Okay, very, very happy. I mean, how many are there? 20? So we've put the limits down to 10, so that should spread ultimately to 2 farms. Once they're employed, you can't then unemploy them, but we'll just wait for it to flush through. That's going to be fine. Oh, fantastic. So balance is restored, and 298 people. I'll give you a bit of money. And actually, we could do with some market stalls down here, because they have to go all the way to there. But we'll do that in due course, because it's not a desperate need. Got some good rows of houses in our expanded land, but it's just taking a little bit of a back seat while we get everything restored again. We should be able to get up and running quite quickly. And in fact, here we've got 4 blocks of 6 houses laid down now, and we will need to put some marketplaces in here. I'm just thinking how far it could go. So far we've extended up to here. Here's the edge, so we could put in another 1, 2, probably another 2 blocks of 6, and then just have like a big old space in the middle for like services. So they're after, this trader's after sunflower, lime, sunflower oil, and chicken eggs. What have we got? I doubt we've got anything. Sunflower oil, no. Shoes, we've got 2,000. Leather, 2,000. Metal parts are starting to build up. Remember, they asked for metal parts are like 0.5. It's the most expensive thing you can ask for, and someone did ask for it. And if we sell 2,000, we would be very, very rich. Probably the same with horseshoes. Nope, nothing to sell you for now. On your way, but let's send an envoy to our nearest and dearest neighbour, see if you've got anything, and the other guys, and let's get this trading on. Okay, so challenge wound back a bit, but we've kept our labour supplies for where we're supplying a building. The resource supply we've kept fully ticked. It's just the worker supply we've wound down a bit, and some of them we've restricted the labourers limit, and we've brought it back to the farms. Look, everyone's starting to harvest in now. There we go, metal parts he's after. What have we got? 112, 117. Let's sell you 100 metal parts for 46.50 for 93. Don't need anything else for you. Got 3,500 in the bank. Ooh, horses are still dying. How are you dying? Not there. Not there. So it must be in one of our wagon posts. Yeah, here they're dying. So we lost our horses at our wagon suppliers. Probably a bit short of wheat actually, but that'll be coming in from the farms now. Could draft a horse to there to keep the wagons running. We'll get all that sorted and speak to our trader. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next episode where we're absolutely driving for full employment. That's our new challenge.